Hi, and welcome to Nintendo Love Affair. I'm your host, Mark Ball, and this is the very first episode brought to you by No Life Fridays. What else is there to do on a Friday night when you are almost 30? Also brought to you by the Procrastination Station. Homework? What homework? Much like coal as it is squeezed into diamond, feel the pressure of procrastination at work while those deadlines creep closer and closer. That's the Procrastination Station. Feel the exhilaration of poor planning today. I'd like to take a moment to make a call for sponsors. Do you have a product or service? Do you want the name of your business to reach the earballs of no doubt countless listeners? Contact Nintendo Love Affair at nintendoloveaffair@gmail.com. Again, that's nintendoloveaffair@gmail.com. Nintendo Love Affair is an aptly named podcast for those who are dedicated to the Nintendo brand. I myself have fallen in and out with Nintendo over the years, and now with the Wii U Smash Splat bundle patiently waiting for me under the Christmas tree, I am waving the Nintendo flag once again. My very earliest memories of Nintendo include faint traces of time with the NES, many hours spent with the SNES, Game Boy and Game Boy Color, as well as the GameCube. I transitioned from the GameCube to the Wii, taking my precious Donkey Kongas with me, and from the Game Boy Color to the DS line. Soon after owning the 3DS, I eventually got out of the video game business altogether. I refer to these years as the Dark Ages. You may notice the omission of the N64. This system was released in my middle grade years, and unfortunately, I didn't have much say in what systems were purchased in the household. My parents deemed the SNES enough, and the N64 just more of the same. My brother was more interested in the PlayStation, and so we became a Sony family for the longest time. Another dark age. I filled the void with time playing Perfect Dark and GoldenEye at my friend's house, and carrying my Game Boy Color wherever I went. I became a pro at Mario Golf and establishing my farming empire on Harvest Moon. Gone are those glory days, and the majority of my video game collection, except for my Super Nintendo, which will be pried from my cold, dead fingers. I'm proud to say that I have grown my Super Nintendo collection to over 30 games and have dived headfirst into the Wii U market. Long live Nintendo, my friends. Now it's time for our first segment. New Nintendo news for you to know. Last week, in a Time interview titled 14 Things Nintendo President Tatsumi Kimishima told us, Mr. Kimishima has stated that in spite of Nintendo's focus on so many other sectors of the entertainment industry, they will in fact remain primarily focused on dedicated game platforms. He says that the NX is in development, reaffirming that Nintendo will have more to say about it next year and calling it a next step in our dedicated device strategy, the core and primary focus of our business. And he says NX is definitely a departure from the Wii and Wii U. Mr. Kimishima elaborates on how it was very difficult to communicate the difference between the Wii and the Wii U, which made it hard to convince consumers to make the jump. Interesting. It is my opinion that this could be why Nintendo is being so tight-lipped about the NX. They are carefully crafting the message. Let's hope. He continues, that being said, I can assure you we're not building the next version of Wii or Wii U. It's something unique and different. It's something where we have to move away from those platforms in order to make it something that will appeal to our consumer base. My thoughts. It's obvious that Nintendo is going to rebrand itself. Hopefully Nintendo is taking this initiative seriously and releases the NX with a solid marketing plan. The Wii U is a great product that is going to be lost on an entire generation because it was mismanaged. Nintendo deserves much more attention and respect than what it is currently getting. Mr. Kimishima often speaks of the NX as a third pillar. I find this very familiar if you can remember back to the 3DS's announcement. Edit. I find this very familiar if you can remember back to the DS announcement, introducing it as a third pillar, not to replace the Game Boy line. Ultimately, it did. And I think the same will happen for the Wii line, and possibly the DS line. In regards to bringing Nintendo to the mobile market, Mr. Kimishima states, Nintendo has talked for years about increasing the gaming population, but to further that goal, we want to increase the population who has access to Nintendo's IP first and foremost. Of course, the smart device business is not a simple business. It is a highly competitive business, and so for us just to take our IP and drop it into the smart device business in that existing red ocean, I believe would not be a very successful strategy to take. Well, I apologize, Mr. Kimishima, but I must disagree. I believe simply dropping in Nintendo IP into that red ocean is exactly what you need to do. If your end goal is, in fact, to grow the user base of Nintendo customers, then your prerogative must be to get Nintendo games on the mobile platform as quickly as possible, while adhering to the strict quality control you subject all Nintendo games to, not including the new Mario Tennis. If you want to raise awareness of Nintendo, if you want to make Nintendo a presence in people's lives, Mii's are not your company's icons to do so. You have 3 solid figureheads, Mr. Kimishima, one of which stands far above the rest and is most certainly synonymous with Nintendo. Mario is the face of Nintendo. Stop messing around and finally get him on the mobile platform. Much like Mario has introduced millions of children and adults to gaming in the past, use him to lead people into the world of mobile gaming. Even more importantly, Mr. Kimishima, use Mario and Nintendo's prowess to tame the mobile red ocean and bring a much needed standard of quality to mobile gaming. Mobile gaming needs you, Nintendo. You are its only hope. Also in the news, Minecraft. Nintendo spent the weekend touting a big news update coming on Monday, December 7th. The hype was not undeserved as Nintendo and Mojang announced that Minecraft would be coming to the Wii U on December 17th. Priced in the US at $29.99, the Wii U edition of the game will come with 6 of their most popular add-on packs, as well as a festive mashup appropriate for the holidays. They will also be providing content updates soon after the release of the game. With the incorporation of Minecraft into the Nintendo universe, I can't help but think that Minecraft Amiibo are on the way. And would it be that surprising to see Minecraft's inclusion in the Super Smash world as well? Can you imagine battling it out in a Minecraft-inspired level, not only keeping your opponents in check, but avoiding creepers as well? It also seems natural to include Minecraft-inspired weapons in the arena. We could even go the other direction. Minecraft-styled Nintendo characters. The possibilities are endless. That does it for today's news. Next up, please enjoy the following interlude. I bring you the Super Mario World theme song. Our next segment, Nintendo Retrospective. It's time to travel backward in time and take a look at the good old days.
What we do here is go back, 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 back.
It was Christmas morning, 1992, and as my sister woke me up hours before the sun would crest over the horizon, I walked into the living room and was greeted with the soft, warm glow of the Christmas tree. Nestled under its lowest of boughs was a Super Nintendo Entertainment System. Packed in with that glorious system was the amazing Super Mario World. Timeless in its design, Mario World offered hours upon hours of fun that would last many years to come. I remember the first time turning that game on and being faced with the decision of right or left. After a few plays, you realized that there was no decision at all. If you wanted to have a chance, you needed to go left and work your way to the yellow block tower. The sheer joy I felt the first time I discovered the feather and cape, flying through the air to discover secret doorways and platforms, made me feel invincible. Super Mario World was a game that you could sink many hours into in order to 100% it. There were plenty of rewards for doing so. It was also a game you could speed run and beat in just an hour or two, making it perfect to play with friends at a party. To this day, I still love to dive into Super Mario World and explore the map, rediscover the secrets of everything. Rediscover the secrets all over again, speed run through levels, or just collect coins. By now, my hands act almost on their own, having many of the levels dedicated to memory. Few games captured my attention, challenged me, and gave me a sense of satisfaction after beating them, like Super Mario World. Now let's reminisce with the back of the box for Super Mario World. Super Mario World. Tackle a whole new world with Mario and Yoshi. Mario's off on his biggest adventure ever, and this time he's brought along a friend. Yoshi, the dinosaur, teams up with Mario to battle Bowser, who has kidnapped Princess Toadstool once again. Guide Mario and Yoshi through 9 peril-filled worlds to the final showdown in Bowser's castle. Use Mario's new powers and Yoshi's voracious monster-gobbling appetite as you explore 96 levels filled with dangerous new monsters and traps. Climb mountains and cross rivers and descend into subterranean depths. Destroy the 7 Koopa castles and find keys to gain entrance to hidden levels. Discover more warps and thrilling bonus worlds than ever before. Mario's back, and this time he's better than ever. Although the days of SNES and Super Mario World are long gone, they should definitely not be forgotten. If you haven't given yourself the opportunity to play this gem of a game, I suggest doing so. Although modern-day 2D Mario games are good in their own way, they just are not the same as the side-scrolling iterations of yesteryear. For our final segment, I would like to introduce to you this week's recognition. I would like to conclude this week's episode by recognizing a very important man in Nintendo's history. Satoru Iwata rose from programmer to president and has had a profound impact on the lives of many generations. He has helped to make Nintendo an extremely successful company, introduced millions of people to gaming, and lived and worked by the creed that gaming should be just one thing: fun for everyone. Thank you, Mr. Iwata, for your dedication to family, friends, and fun. Thank you for your countless hours spent working to make the name Nintendo synonymous with joy. In a world lacking leaders that are good and kind and caring, you are one in a million. Thank you, Mr. Iwata. That does it for this week's episode of Nintendo Love Affair. What's in store for next week? More Nintendo news, commentary, reflections, and conversation. See you then.